Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. In a recent video, I mentioned that RusherHack now has an add-on system. Today, I want to take a closer look at this add-on system and at a few of the available add-ons. Before we get into that, I'd like to quickly shout out the legends that are my YouTube members. If you would like to support the channel, please consider looking at the benefits down below. Thanks guys, let's get into the video. It is worth noting that the RusherHack add-on system is fairly new and it is still being worked on. There are also some awesome updates on their way. We will come back to this later though. Before we get into installing any add-ons, you need to first open your .minecraft folder. Here you will see a folder named RusherHack. This will only appear if you have already launched an instance of RusherHack. Inside of this RusherHack folder, you need to create a new folder, name the new folder plugins, all lowercase. You can now find and download a plugin made for RusherHack. Once downloaded, place the add-on jar file in the newly created plugins folder. There's now one last thing you need to do before you can launch your game. If you skip this step, your plugins will not load. Open your Minecraft launcher and open the installations window. Now find the instance you used to launch RusherHack. In my case, this is my Fabric 1.20.1 instance. Click Edit, scroll down and click on More Options. Now right at the bottom you will see JVM Options. Here you need to paste the following code at the end of the default arguments. This code can be found in the pinned comment down below. The space before the dash is important. If you do not include this space, your game will crash. Now click play and your game should launch and the plugins you installed should load. Before we take a look at some of the available plugins, I want to talk about some of the features that make RusherHack plugins special. I spoke to John, the owner of RusherHack, and he told me that the following updates and features are planned for the add-on system in the near future. Firstly, RusherHack devs are going to vet add-ons by reading through their source code to make sure they are safe. They will then cryptographically sign these safe versions of the add-ons. RusherHack will then only load signed plugins by default. This basically means RusherHack users can load and use plugins without having to worry or check if the plugin that they are using is safe. Only plugins that have already been checked and confirmed to be safe will work. I love this idea so much. Meteor client add-ons are awesome, but there is no vetting of add-ons and no official catalog of add-ons, so the user experience is a bit shit. Another amazing feature of RusherHack add-ons that currently exists is having the ability to load or remove add-ons without restarting your game. You can drag add-ons out of the plugin folder and run the reload command to remove the plugins from your game, or you can add a new plugin and run reload to add the new plugin to your game. This is awesome. Imagine sitting through the 2B2T queue to move your stash to a new location when you realize you forgot to load up the stash mover plugin. You can now just load the plugin without restarting your game, meaning you don't lose your position in the 2B2T queue. John also told me that there is currently support for custom client themes, though no custom themes have been created yet. This will let users completely customize the look of the client, which is amazing. And for all of the potential devs out there, John also told me that mixin support is being worked on and will likely release with version 2.1. Now with all of this in mind, let's take a look at some of the currently available plugins. This is an add-on that I am going to use all of the time. The Spotify add-on adds a custom HUD element with Spotify controls so that you can control your music without tabbing out of the game. To use this add-on, you need to open your HUD editor and open the Spotify HUD element settings. Click on Authenticate and follow the instructions provided to link your Spotify account. Once you have linked your Spotify, you can enable the HUD element, position it anywhere on screen, and change its scale. You can now control your music without tabbing out of your instance of Minecraft, which is more convenient than it sounds. This add-on adds a better direct message window to the game. This makes chatting with friends easier, only DMs are shown, so you don't have to scroll through chat or worry about missing any messages. The add-on is still a work in progress, the GitHub does not provide any official release, so to use the add-on you need to download the code as a zip file, unzip it, open CMD in the folder like this, and run this command to build the client using Gradle. Once done, you will find the jar file in the build/libs folder. You can then place this in the RusherHack plugin folder and it should load. To use this add-on, you first need to add players to your friend list, and then you can select an online friend and message them without needing to type /message every time. This add-on lets you set a custom name for your items, then when you open an Anvil, the module will rename every item in your inventory to the new name you just set. This works surprisingly well. The module is fast and would be super helpful when duping or organizing items in a stash. The only thing I don't like about this add-on is the text telling you what you are renaming your items to cannot be disabled or even moved around, and this is kind of annoying. This is a very simple add-on that lets you create a custom text element on screen. It has a few settings and lets you create custom HUD elements like this. This add-on lets you view and copy the NBT data of any item you're holding in your hand. The add-on was made by Gentleman MC, the same person who made the Messenger add-on mentioned earlier. This add-on lets you change a few settings and adds a few new ways of moving your loot around. This is super helpful for organizing those messy dupe stashes. This is another super simple and satisfying module to use. When loaded, this module will display more info about your Minecraft instance in the window, like your account username and the current server or world. It also adds your player head as the icon, which is pretty cool. This add-on is designed to control two different Minecraft accounts. The first account will automatically load up its inventory with loot from the stash, while the second account loads the pearl to teleport the first account back to the base. The first account then transfers all of the inventory and ender chest loot into a chest before it sets a new pearl and respawns back at the stash. This process is repeated until all of the loot has been automatically moved over to your base. This makes transferring loot so much easier. There are already quite a few interesting and cool add-ons out there. I only took a look at a few of the most interesting and popular add-ons, but there are actually even more add-ons out there already. I hope more complex add-ons are created in the future. I'd love to see something similar to Meteor Rejects but for RusherHack, with custom themes and even more modules being added. Currently, most of the available add-ons are pretty simple with just one or two new features. I'm sure they'll get more advanced over time. I'd also love to see some of the Lambda client plugins ported over, like highway tools for example. When the devs release the Sign plugin, I hope they create an official catalog of Sign plugins to make finding and downloading plugins easier. Right now, my biggest issue with plugins is the lack of info. Add-ins made for Minecraft 1.20.1 do not work on Minecraft 1.20.4, and there is currently very little documentation on what versions add-ons support, which can be a little frustrating. And lastly, I wish the add-ons were a little more consistent. I personally think every loaded add-on should be listed in the external tab, to give users a quick and easy way to see what add-ons are loaded without having to reload or open the add-ons folder. Anyways, those are just some of my thoughts on the add-on system in its current condition. I am very excited for future versions of RusherHack and for some of the planned updates. Thanks for watching guys, I have been your boy KiLAB, peace in the Middle East.